Our next guest is here with supermarket shortcuts to get dinner made quicker. Please welcome back to the show, YouTube's The Domestic Geek, Sara Lynn Cauchon.
Thank you for having me.
The Domestic Geek. I love it. I love it.
Sara Lynn, we always love it when you're here because you really do a great job of making our lives easier, which easy is what we want more of.
Easy in the kitchen is always what you're looking for, am I right?
So these are supermarket hacks, basically. So let's start, tell us all about why we're doing this.
So the idea here is you're on your way home, you don't have anything planned for dinner. What can you pick up at the supermarket to get dinner on the table in, say, 30 minutes or less, but it still feels homemade? And we have some great ideas for you. And it all starts with what I think is the ultimate supermarket shortcut. I'm sure you'll agree, rotisserie chicken.
Okay.
Come on, people. Rotisserie chicken is just there to make your life easier. So all of these recipes start with that, starting with these incredible barbecue ranch chicken tostadas.
Yes,
now,
tell us how we do
If
this.
you're into the world of tostadas, these will blow your mind. They're so easy. You basically start by taking apart your rotisserie chicken. You're gonna toss that in a little bit of store-bought barbecue sauce. Then we've got some coleslaw mix, the kind you find in the produce aisle. You toss that with a little ranch dressing. And what you end up with is this perfect sweet and savory tostada. Now, tostada shells are becoming more and more common. If you can't find them, you could use regular tortillas and make these into tacos. Totally delicious and effortless. 15 minutes or less, no problem. Dinner's on the table. Kids will love it.
Terrific. Love it.
Will you deliver? Just asking. Okay,
Maybe one day.
Maybe one day. All right, we have rotisserie chicken and gnocchi.
So who doesn't love homemade soup, especially as the weather gets chillier and chillier? This is actually a 15-minute chicken and gnocchi soup. It all starts with a gnocchi that comes in the deli aisle from your supermarket. So you know where all the fresh pasta is?
Yeah.
You buy a bag of gnocchi, you get yourself some chicken broth, which most of us have in our pantry already, and a little bit of rotisserie chicken. I use some frozen vegetables to make this even easier. And basically, you're putting it all in a pot. I added a handful of baby spinach just to make it even healthier. And you have soup on the table in under 15 minutes that your kids will actually adore.
I'm totally gonna do this. I love this idea.
So effortless.
I'm totally not.
I'm not, but that's okay.
I'm not there
That's
yet,
okay.
but keep going.
I feel like at this time of year, one of those sort of comforting cold weather dishes is the chicken pot pie. But that sounds like a lot of work. So you've made a kind of a cheat version, let's just say here.
This is my Cheaters chicken pot pie, and it will blow your mind. So it starts with all the traditional goodness of chicken pot pie. We've got some frozen vegetables here, more rotisserie chicken, chicken broth. And once you've got your filling made, all you're going to do is pop on some biscuits. Now, these are the store-bought biscuits you buy in the refrigerated section of your supermarket. Put them on top of an oven-safe skillet, get it into the oven, and after 15 minutes, they are golden brown, and this is ready to be devoured.
I mean, that looks fabulous.
You want to cover that with a little melted butter? I would not judge you at all.
I love it.
Nope. All right, so now we're going to go over to a favorite in our household, pizza.
Come on, homemade pizza, and this is actually faster than delivery, if you can believe it. For our supermarket shortcuts, we are using the fresh pizza dough you can find in the deli section at your supermarket. We're using ready crisp bacon. You could also use bacon bits. The idea here is this is a chicken Caesar pizza. So instead of using tomato sauce, I actually used store-bought Caesar salad dressing as the base, mozzarella, chicken, bacon bits, and then I topped it with some romaine lettuce once it was done baking. 15 minutes or less, you've got dinner you will love.
You've just saved our week.
You know what?
Friday night.
I joke. I could actually try to do this. I could. Come on over. We're starving over here. So I heard you say over there that you love the fresh pasta aisle.
Love it.
And we're going to continue that trend because you have made us a spinach and artichoke baked ravioli.
Okay, this stuff is to die for. It's sort of a bit like a lasagna concept.
Okay.
But I basically use jarred artichoke hearts and some fresh spinach, and I use some cheese ravioli. This is the fresh stuff. It cooks up in absolutely no time. The cool part about this dish is you don't have to cook the pasta ahead of time. We're layering it with a little bit of jarred Alfredo sauce, so it's got a nice creamy texture, and then topping it with pre-shredded mozzarella cheese. The entire thing is a cheat that you pull together in 10 minutes and then get it into the stove. It's bubbly, ooey, gooey, perfect for Meatless Monday, as I know you love.
It looks so fancy.
It's so good.
Okay.
Add some red pepper flakes for a little bit of heat. This is heaven.
Okay, there might be some Italians or some Italian food lovers who are like, I'm sorry, store-bought Alfredo, but you say you can actually elevate elevate it if you choose to.
Absolutely, you can. So I will say, store-bought Alfredo can feel a little flat. What I like to do is add a little bit of additional fresh garlic and a bit of chicken broth. It helps to thin it out as well, and a little goes a little further, but you get really, really great flavor.
Oh, wow.
So simple.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, over here now, I love a meatball so much, and I'm also a fan of stuffed foods, and you've combined both here, which is amazing.
Marcy, anything.
So the stuffed shells here, tell us what's going on.
Meatball stuffed shells. So this is basically a lot of the goodness of a traditional lasagna, except effortless. It starts with our supermarket shortcut, frozen meatballs. What could be simpler? What I love about frozen meatballs is they're actually pre-cooked. So all you're really doing is heating them through. You don't have to worry about them actually getting fully cooked through. What I did here was cook some jumbo shells. That's the hardest part of this recipe, boiling some water, cooking some shells, 10 minutes. We stuffed it with meatballs, topped it with some tomato sauce, a little bit of mozzarella cheese, get it into the oven. 30 minutes later, you have dinner. Your kids will go bananas.
I'm making this. I'm making this very, very soon. It's amazing. Okay, now over here, we've got another meatball dish. This one, though, is sweet and it's tangy. Pineapple meatballs. Tell us what the shortcuts are here.
Okay, so for this one, I actually use some turkey meatballs to switch things up a little bit. You could use veggie meatballs if you wanted to keep this vegetarian. I started with some bell pepper. That's all the chopping you have to do in this recipe. Sauteed that, popped my meatballs in, and then added a can of pineapple. So you find that with the fruit cups at your supermarket. Pineapple is sweet and tangy. I also added a good helping of store-bought barbecue sauce to this. What you end up with is melt in your mouth goodness.
And when you add the pineapple, you're not straining it. You're adding the pineapple,
add that juice right
everything.
in, because it's gonna help make everything really, really moist.
Yes.
What I love about this, you can serve it up with rice, but it also is incredible for lunch the next day, so I highly recommend doubling or tripling the recipe. You can also freeze this, and you can have some on hand if you have a busy night where you just want to pop something into the
this
oven.
is fantastic.
Okay, so let's roll this out now. A lot of people are trying to incorporate more plant-based diets into their meal,
Totally understandable.
An additional day or two a week. And you've got a mushroom ramen dish here.
Oh my gosh, so this is my easy miso mushroom ramen. Now, if you are not familiar with miso paste, it is a flavor maker. You can usually find it in the same aisle as the tofu in your supermarket.
Okay.
So easy to cook with. Basically what I do is I saute some mushrooms. I buy the pre-cut kind to make this even easier. Mushroom broth, little miso paste, some soy sauce, and then once that's all bubbling, you pop in some ramen packets. Yes, the kind you ate in university, but we're elevating it, totally making it better. We discard the flavor packs because we're not sure what's in them, but this is super, super tasty. And then you can add whatever kind of veggies you want. So we were talking about cleaning out your fridge.
Yes.
I have bok choy and snow peas here, but you could use asparagus, kale, spinach, whatever is in there sitting in the back getting a little wilty, you just pop it in there and you have something everyone will love.
Okay, if you wanted to bump up the protein intake in this, what would you do?
It's so versatile. You could go ahead with some tofu if you want to keep it meatless, or shrimp, beef, chicken, all would work really well. Some more of that rotisserie chicken, you just throw that in there. Make your lives easier. That is what I'm all about.
Yes.
Oh, this is amazing.
So good.
Thank you so much. This was great for these easy, breezy meal ideas. To try any of these recipes, head to our website after the show. Stick around, everybody. We're back right after this.